This is how the Synapse algorithms made more than 5% in less than 1 day and saved me from losing a 10K FTMO funded account. Let's hop over to the screen and look right at it. Okay, so right now here we have TradingView open. I'm going to run you through the trades that I lost. It'll be real quick. And then I'm also going to run you through the MetaTrader, the robots, the entries they took. We actually also just took a small loss on US30 because the bot opened a position as I started recording this video. That still leaves us with a gain of 4.3% since we started. However, let's jump straight into the charts. So this is a GBP JPY trade I shared, I believe it was yesterday. If we go back to the signals, this is where that was shared. This was at 8 a.m. yesterday morning in Phoenix, Arizona time. So that is about 5 p.m. in European time. So let's have a look at the trades we took. So GBP USD, expecting a flip zone, move to the top side. It kept crashing down. This was not part of this week's setup. Euro USD, you can see the same thing. We had a demand zone there. That also, and like a lot of you are probably going to look at this and be like liquidity, but yeah, no. So anyways, that got swept, we got taken out. Same with Euro CAD, got taken out there. Obviously, as you guys can see, the risk rewards are quite high in the way that I trade. I always target minimum 1 to 4. And so on all my manual trades, I'm risking 0.5% to make at least 2% minimum. That also means that if we take on signals 4 losses, it takes 1 trade to make back those 4 losses. EuroCAD loss. And oh, look at this. We had a little zone down here. I think this was a lower time frame or higher time frame zone I had marked. I think it's a lower time frame. I was trying to get in on an early entry there. We got stopped out. It went lower, so we would have depending on if I put my stop loss below this week, we might have gotten stopped up, but missed a potential move to the top side on Euro GBP. So that's 123.4. Then Euro JPY, I had a sell stop set for if it initially comes down, we catch that momentum move to the downside. However, we got tapped in, like literally exactly tapped in and then stopped out, and our market's coming back. And we have no other trades. USD JPY, I had we have a buy limit set, but on the FTMO funded account, we can't hold trades over the weekend. So yeah, let me quickly share this while we're on stream to the signal guys. If you can. Cool. And that is as simple as that, just to make sure everyone can see it nicely in high quality. And this is also risking 123.2. Well, with this, because it's lower than 124, what I would do is just make my lot size a bit smaller to risk just under 0.5%. But most cases, risking 0.5%. We had no other trades, I believe, on any of these pairs this week. Yeah, no, that was all from previous trades. So this is obviously the trade GBP JPY from this morning that's still running. And let's hop straight over into MetaTrader. When I started this video, we were up just over 5%. I'm going to run you through all the trades. Obviously, you saw the trades we took on TradingView. I'm going to show you the history exactly here on MetaTrader. Now, for some reason, when we go to the history, it is showing it like this, or the red and green squiggled up. I believe that's because FTMO has a first in, first out rule. However, all these losses were Monday to Thursday, and then all these TPs were from last night, well, yesterday afternoon until right now. So here's all the losses. We can look at the TPs, and I'm going to open these charts for you as well so you can see exactly where those entries were taken. Now, some of these entries were really sniper, so let's jump straight into that. Okay, first one we're going to look at is the Euro USD that the bot took. We can see right here, it has the buy entry, a little bit of drawdown on that entry, and it hit TP right there. So that would be Euro USD TP right here for $140. Then the other TP we looked at let me do that. Oh, we're not trading that. The other TP we're going to look at would be GBP USD. Now, this bot runs on the 30-minute time frame. However, I'm going to go to the 4-hour quickly and just show you what a sniper entry this was. So if we look here on the 4-hour chart, I can actually just make this a bit smaller. You can see at the bottom of that 4-hour wick, we had the expert advisor enter, and that is where it exited for a total profit of $248. So I'm just going to reset this chart back to 30 minutes because that's what the bot runs on. Then next up we have gold. So let's open the gold chart. Gold, that's where it is. You can see it's a very quick in and out move. Now, on the Mario algorithms, the bots have on gold and US30, I believe they have an inverse risk reward, which means they risk a little bit more than what they make. However, their win rates are extremely high. So on gold, we have a 94% win rate with this bot. And I'll show you on the website in a little bit where you can view all these statistics. And as you can see, if the gold bot had held this trade, we would have been in much higher profits right now. But it was an automated trade, which is obviously what we want. It's convenient. We got in there, got out there, and gold made a profit of $34. Very, very quick. This GBP JPY trade, that's the one that I showed you on TradingView, is currently still running for those that held. I got out this morning because it's Friday and the markets close a bit earlier and we can't hold Forex trades over the weekend on FTMO. So I had to close that. However, that would be running about $60, $70 in profit right now. And then we had another US30 buy this morning. So let's quickly hop over to that. Or it was a sell this morning. So the expert advisor on US30 took a sell right there. We can see this nicely on the 30-minute candle, and it exited same. It had a very tight stop loss, also inverse risk reward, and that made a quick $28. That is what pushed us to just over 5%. So we were, I think on the TikTok video, I'll put it right here. You'll see on a freeze frame, was about 5 point something%. And then at the start of this video, it took a long position there. It came back to almost being at break even, but then took a loss down there. And the loss on that was $134, which is more or less 1%. It depends on the margins. I know FTMO today have updated and changed margins for certain pairs. But that in and of itself is how this week went. I was down 4% on manual trades. We obviously know the US government has shut down. It's closed down. And yesterday afternoon, I was looking at my FTMO and I was like, you know what? I usually run these EAs on accounts that are fully funded. I don't use them for passing. I just use them for running and making money on that. But let me load them. Let me see what it is doing in this time that the markets have closed down. And I woke up this morning to my account being back at break even. So I'm quite happy. Quickly going to jump into the FTMO website to show you guys the losses and the recovery for this week, and to show you that we are actually still in a phase of passing. Okay, so on the FTMO website, we can see here is the account. It is currently obviously a challenge account. We just started it this week. And if we go to details, you can look at this, how we went down 4%, just under 5%, because sometimes consistency beats hard work. And as we can see, I stopped trading on Wednesday. Yesterday afternoon, I loaded the EAs, and look at that recovery. This is where we were when I started this video at 10,033, and we are now back to 9,897. However, it is at least a recovery, which means we are down just about 1%, which is perfect. That is what the expert advisor risked. And next week is a new week, and I think at the end of next week, we'll do a similar video to look at how it has performed. Now, for the entirety of next week, I will let the bots run, which means they can blow the account. They shouldn't, because they're risking percentage-wise, but they could. And I will also share at the end of the next week in this video the trades I shared manually, how it went, and then we'll do an update on the FTMO portfolio again. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this quick updated video. If you want to get access to any of these expert advisors, the link is in the bio. You can actually rent the Mario expert advisors for just $50 a month, and with that you get signals, or you can currently get Agro Algo, which is our most intelligent bot out there. They're actually the most intelligent expert advisors built with advanced machine learning and neural networks on the market. And it's currently on special as well for $450 US until the end of the month. So check the link down below and join us on this journey. Catch you in the next one.